Now we are going to start our class. Lecture number 4, Rajuk Uttara Model College, first term end exam, class 11, English medium morning shift, subject chemistry, first paper, subject teacher MRN. Our chapter second, chapter 02, qualitative chemistry. Qualitative chemistry. Now we are going to derive the radius of nth orbit, R, nth orbit, velocity of electron V, and energy of an electron, which one is revolving in the orbit of hydrogen atom. This one is hydrogen atom. Now we know in the nucleus proton is present, proton and electron, there is an attractive force. This attractive force is called centripetal force, and the force against this one is centrifugal force. Okay, now centripetal force here. We know that the charge of one electron we have taken E. In the nucleus, let Z number of proton is present. So total charge of proton in the center ZE. Total charge of proton in the center, and the attraction between charge of one electron is number E. It is taken since proton number electron number same, so total charge number will be ZE of proton, total proton, Z number of proton, and E is the charge of one electron. And according to Coulomb's law, to centripetal force equals to Q1 Q2 divided by R square. So this centripetal force. Now centrifugal force work against the centripetal force. This one is m into v square by r. This one is the, we know total force F equals to ma. M is the mass, v square by r is acceleration. And for the stability of atom, we know centripetal force equals to centrifugal force. So we can write from this one Z square by R square equals to mv square by r. That means we are getting v square equals to z square by mr. It is equation number 1. Next one, according to Bohr's law, we know angular momentum of electron is mvr equals to NH, we learned it before, twice pi. Therefore V equals to 2 pi mr NH. Equation number, this one is the equation number 2. Okay, next one. Therefore if we do the V square equals to n square s square 4 pi square m square r square. This one is number 3. Now equation number 1 and 3 we get. Equation number 3 and number 1 we get z square by mr equals to n square s square 4 pi square m square r square. From this we can get, therefore by cutting this r from both sides, we are getting total r equals to n square s square 4 pi square m z square. So we got the value of r. Now putting the value of r in equation 2. In equation 2 we get v equals to 2 pi z square by nh. We got the value of r and v. Now for the nth, therefore for the nth orbit r, it will be rn, then it will be rn equals to this one, complete. Now to find out the value of radius of first orbit of hydrogen atom equals to, following this formula we can find out r1 equals to n square. Since this one is first one, n square is this one, and h is a Planck's constant. Its value is Planck's constant 6.626 10 to the power minus 27, 10 to the power minus 27 arc second whole square divided by, this one is 4 pi square 3.14 square, and mass of 1 electron 9.1 1 into 10 to the power minus 28 gram. Z, since it's a hydrogen, Z value proton number 1, and charge of electron 4.8 into 10 to the power 10 ESU square. Now value we got 0.53 10 to the power 8 centimeter, and this one is 0.53 angstrom, because we know 10 to the power 8 centimeter equals to 1 angstrom. This one is 1 angstrom. It is the value of r in the first orbit of hydrogen. Okay, next Next one, total energy of an electron in the nth orbit. Total energy of an electron in nth orbit equals to minus 2 pi square m e to the power 4 n square s square. So total energy of an electron in the first orbit of hydrogen. Total energy of an electron the first orbit of hydrogen is, according to this formula, minus 2 pi square 3.14 square m 9.11 10 to the power minus 28 gram into charge of electron 4.8 10 to the power minus 10. ESU power is 4. Power is 4. Now since n the first orbit, n value is 1 square and Planck's constant is 6.626 10 to the power minus 27 arc second square. So total energy we are getting here, in the short I am writing minus 21.74 into 10 to the power minus 19 kilojoule per mole. Next one, determination of emission of energy when electron jumps from higher N1 level to lower N1 level. Then according to Bohr's equation, the energy release will be del E is nu, then it will be E2 minus E1 equals to I am writing in a short 2 pi square m e to the power 4 divided by h square, this one, n1 square by n2 square. That is, this one is taken as Rydberg constant. This one is RH. This one RH is called Rydberg constant, and Rydberg constant, this value is for the case of energy. We have to learn 2.17 into 10 to the power minus 18 joule, and when it is energy related, another Rydberg constant is formula 2 pi square z e to the power 2 pi square m e to the power 4 CH3, and its value is 10.09737 per centimeter. It is length related. length relative. Now we are going to get the velocity of an electron. Velocity of an electron in nth orbit. Orbit equals to, we know the formula, 2 pi z square nh. If we put the value of them, 3.14 into, it is for the case of chlorine. Velocity of an electron in the last orbit, in the last orbit of chlorine, in the last orbit of chlorine. And here Z, chlorine has 17 proton number. Electron charge of all electron of every atom is same, that one is 4.8 10 to the power 10 arc second, divided by, since chlorine has last orbit is 3 and number 3 is 6.626 10 to the power minus 27. This one, so result we are getting 7.2 into 10 to the power 7 centimeter per second. Now the quantum numbers. Now quantum numbers. What is quantum number? Quantum numbers are the numbers. Quantum numbers are the numbers which represents or explain the size of energy level of an atom, which represent the shape of energy level and region of maximum possibility of electron, region of maximum probability of finding electrons in the certain orbit of an atom is quantum numbers. Next one, quantum numbers are of 4 kinds. Quantum numbers are of 4 kinds. Number 1, principal quantum number. Principal quantum number represented by n. Its value is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. This one shows the energy level. Number 2, subsidiary quantum number. Subsidiary quantum number represented by L. It will start from 0, 1, 2, 3. This one determines the angular momentum. Angular momentum of electron. Number 3, magnetic quantum number represented by m. This one is 0 plus minus L plus minus 1 plus minus 2 plus minus 3, etc. This one indicates describe the behavior of electron in the magnetic field. This magnetic quantum number represents the behavior of electron in the magnetic field. Number 4 is spin quantum number. Spin quantum number represented as, this was generally plus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. This one indicates describe the spin motion of electron in its axis. Spin motion of electron in its axis. Next one, for example, if we take the structure of an atom like these quantum numbers of circular path, if we cut this one, then we will get up to this, that this one is taken 1, the second one 2, 3 and fourth. This one is 1, the second one is second, third one third, fourth one is fourth. Separately we have taken. Principal quantum number n indicates this one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3, this one is 4, and so on. Next time subsidiary quantum number, when this one is broken 1, it is broken 2, third is broken or split up 3, fourth one is split up into 4. Now this one is represented the after division. The first one is called S, all first one is S, all first one is S after division, second one P, second one P, third one P, third one D, and fourth one F. And subsidiary quantum number S, this one is 0. For all S, the value of L will be 0. For all P, value of L will be 1. Value of P will be 1. For all D, value of L will be 2. For all F, value of L will be 3. And so on. Since this one is the first one, it will be 1, second one 2, third one 3, fourth one 4th, and so on. 4S, 4P, 4D. In this way, they are divided, and magnetic quantum number, when for S magnetic quantum number, it will be 0, and for all S magnetic quantum number will be 0. For P, C will be divided again, it is P, and magnetic quantum number, since this one is 1, it will be minus 1, 0, plus 1. For all D will be divided into 5 parts, 3D, all D. Then for D magnetic quantum number, it is L is 2, so it will be minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2 magnetic quantum number, and so on. For F, it will be divided in this way. Now I am not explaining the F1. Spin quantum number, here each of the orbital we are getting maximum 2 electron. Each electron will be plus, since here 2 electron present, 1 electron represent plus 1 by 2, another one minus 1 by 2. Similarly, in each of the case, plus 1, minus 1, half, plus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, plus 1 each case. So I am writing here in this way. Now, if you write, the first orbit is this one, second orbit is this, third orbit, fourth orbit, and fifth orbit. I am writing all just one. According to Abba rule, Abba said that the electron first enter into the lower energy level and subsequently enters into the higher energy level. First electron will go to the first, while more electron present, then second, the first one lower energy, then second lower energy, then third lower energy. In this way electron will occupy the orbitals according to Abba rule, and this energy, in this way they will be occupied. Electron, it is said by Abba said that this energy is measured by addition of principal quantum number and subsidiary quantum number. Now we can find out the value of 1s orbital here according to NL system. For this one its energy will be 1 plus, for S value of L 0, then we are getting 1. For 2s according to N plus L, value will be 2 plus 0, then 2. For 2p, then according to NL, 2 plus 1, it will be 3. For that reason electron is going in the 1s, then 2s, then 2p, said by Abba principle. Okay, now electronic configuration following this. And so for the case of sodium, sodium has 11 electron. It will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Now for calcium, electronic configuration to this one 20, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1 electron. So calcium will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p, 4s1 electron. And following this one, the example electronic configuration of chromium 24, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Here 24th instead it will be 3d4, but 3d4 is not stable, but 3d5 is stable, half fill, so it will be 3d5 and it will be 4s1. Similarly copper 29, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Here 3d getting 9, 3d9, 4s2, but when you have full filled orbital is stable, more stable, so it will be 3d10, 4s1. In this way electrons are distributed. Okay, now next one, on the basis of quantum numbers, total number of electron in the certain orbit, let number of electrons, total number of electrons in third orbit, according to quantum numbers. Now the principal quantum number and principal quantum number principal quantum number n, it is third, 3 1. Subsidiary quantum number L. We am writing shortly. It is better to write. Principal quantum number n is 3. Subsidiary quantum number L. Subsidiary quantum number L. This one will be 0, 1, and 2, and represented by this one subshell. Subshell will be 3s, 3p, 3d. This one. Now magnetic quantum number m will be, for s it will be 0, for p it will be -1, 0, +1, d it will be -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. Here total number of orbit number of orbital, it will be 1, it will be 3, it will be 5. Total electron, the total number of orbit, it will be 9. Now total electron third orbit equals to, since in each of the orbit 9 electron, total 9 to the 18. Total it will be 9 to the 18 electron. Okay. Now Hund's rule. According to Hund's rule, Hund said that electrons pairing will not take place in the orbit of same energy level until each orbital is singly filled. It is example, nitrogen has 7 electrons. Now in the box system, the first orbit 2 electron, in the second orbital 2 electron, opposite spin. The 2p. Here Hund said that in each of the orbital, electron will occupy singly fill up, not like this. Not here 2 electron, here 1, no 0, no, it cannot be. But will be first, it has 3 electrons, so each of the orbital will fill up one singly. When singly this one is filled up, more electron present. For the case of oxygen, then it will go in the 2b, last electron, singly, then more electron in opposite direction. It is said by Hund. Another one, Pauli's exclusion law. Pauli's exclusion law. Exclusion law or principle. This one, he said that no 2 electrons in an atom can have same values for all the 4 quantum numbers. That means in a certain atom, any 2 electron cannot have same 4 quantum numbers. For example, we have taken second orbital 2s electron. Here 2 electron present. Here principal quantum number n equals to 2. Subsidiary quantum number L, here it is 0. L, this one is 0. Magnetic quantum number, this one is 0. But spin quantum number, this one is plus 1 by 2, another one is minus 1 by 2. Here Here this one principal quantum number for S for one electron. Here these two electron divided 1 and 1. This electron is for this one electron principal quantum 2, this one 2. Substantive quantum number 0, this one is 0. One electron, one electron. Another electron magnetic 0, a magnetic 0. But here one electron spin quantum number -1/2, another electron +1/2. According to Police, 4 quantum numbers for 2 electrons in the same atom cannot have 4 quantum numbers same. Here same, here same, here same, but fourth one is different. That means Police exclusion law is correct. Now next one, possibility and impossibility. Possibility and impossibility. Possibility and impossibility. Possibility and impossibility. Here question, 2p is possible or not, 2d is possible or not. Now we can justify. Now for 2p, principal quantum number n equals to 2. When n equals to 2, subsidiary quantum number will be 0 and 1. We know it. And for p, for orbital p, the value of L is 1. Since this one and this one contain 1, this one is 1, this one is present here, so this one is possible. Okay, next one, 2d. 2d, for 2 principal quantum number is n is 2. When principal quantum n is 2, value of subsidiary quantum number will be 0 and 1. When this one is orbital is d, for d the subsidiary quantum number is 2. Here the capacity of second orbit is subsidiary quantum number 0 and 1, but for d demand is subsidiary quantum 2, which is absent here, so this one is impossible. And in this way we can justify. Now the questions. Number 1, what is quantum numbers? Quantum numbers. Number 2, explain 3p, 3f, 2d possible. Possible or impossible. Okay, that's the end of our class today.